Hello, I am Quang from Quang Radio and Television, and welcome to QRT News 2018 with the following headlines. Hoi An 10 years of branding the tourism city. Korean government gives Quang 1,700 tons of rice. On March the 21st, in Đại Lộc District, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development coordinated with Quang People's Committee to organize a ceremony to receive and award the supportive commodities from Korean government through the Asian +3 Emergency Rice Reserve after for localities which were damaged by natural disasters in 2017 in Quang. The ceremony were attended by Vice Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs of Korea, Mr. Kim Jong-hoon, Acting Secretary General Chen Pithia Shimphale, and Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Hoàng Thắng. In order to share the difficulties of Quang people who were affected by the typhoons and floods in 2017, the government of South Korea has assisted 1,700 tons of rice for the province through the Asian +3 Emergency Rice Reserve. At the ceremony, Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs Kim Jong-hoon expressed his pleasure to accompany Vietnam in sharing the difficulties and supporting disaster-affected households to recover the production, stabilizing their lives. Kim Jong-hoon expects Vietnam to continue its active participation in the Asian +3 Emergency Rice Reserve to ensure food security for the region in the face of climate change and natural disasters. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Mr. Hoàng Thắng pledged to promote the cooperation between the two countries in the field of agriculture, especially to strengthen the responsibility of a member country joining in this Asian +3 Emergency Rice Reserve. On March the 24th, at the Hoi An Opera House, Hoi An celebrated its 10th anniversary of being a city. This is an important political event marking the journey of 10 years building and developing an ecotourism city. At the same time, through this event, Hoi An wants to honor and commend the great contributions of the Hoi An people in preserving and promoting the value of this world cultural heritage. The 10th anniversary of the city 2008-2018 takes place with the theme Hoi An inherits and develops sustainably. There are many celebrating activities, especially the art show that illustrates the heroic traditions of local people, inheriting and promoting traditional beauty of the homeland, accompanying the present and looking forward to the future. The artists and performers of Hoi An City Cultural Center have been trying their best to rehearse the works showing the land, the people, and the typical culture of Hoi An. In addition to that, the activities of visual decorations, exhibitions, film screenings, campings, festooned electric car parading, key projects kicking off, cultural and sports activities, culinary festivals create a happy and exciting atmosphere for the community. Along with the celebrating atmosphere of the 10th anniversary of Hoi An City, let's continue the bulletin with a factor that plays a notable part in building the beauty of Hoi An. They are charming cycles. While in many tourist cities across the country, cycles either disappear due to the innovation of many modern vehicles or suffer the boycott of tourists because of poor services, in the old town of Hoi An, cycles became a brand and a unique travel product. To acquire this achievement, Hoi An authorities soon mobilized the cyclo drivers to join hands forming the cyclo group. Members of the union will be offered free classes in behaving with visitors or fundamental English classes, etc. As a result, in recent years, pedicab drivers in Hoi An have left a good impression in the hearts of tourists, contributing to the tourism branding of Hoi An ancient town. For many years, pedicabs have been very familiar and close to the people of Hoi An as well as visitors to the old town. Cyclo is the main and useful means of transporting visitors around Hoi An, especially when the city implements the strategy of a city for pedestrians and non-motorized vehicles. In festivals and big events, the cyclo team always professionally participates in many local activities. Although their work is hard sometimes, the members of the union are very careful, from the costumes, the vehicles, to the working style. Since its establishment, Cyclo Team has created a good image for both domestic and foreign visitors. They are very impressed by the honest and rustic nature of Hoi An people. For example, when you forget your belongings or cyclo drivers, he will help to find out the owner and return your items. Belief is what tourists want the most, and we made it. The next thing is our behavior. The cyclo team always keep in mind the motto, please coming, please leaving, while serving gas. And finally, the civilized communication right at the first time. It is a very important factor and determines the image of Hoi An people in general as well as Hoi An Cyclo Union in particular. Before 2002, there were only 50 cyclos in Hoi An. They operated spontaneously in an unorganized and unprofessional manner, so they often received complaints from tourists. In this situation, in 2003, the city government established a cyclo union under the City Labor Confederation to gather cyclo drivers into a stable, regular, and professional organization. Currently, the union has 102 members allocated at 5 points around the Old Town and operates in sessions. Each member has an average income of 10 million dong per month and are entitled with sufficient insurance. The city has had the directing policy and created the best conditions for the cyclo union members to earn more income, improving their lives as well as contributing to the development of Hoi An tourism. Since its founding, the cyclo union has made positive contributions in particular to the Hoi An tourism industry and to the city in general. For more effective operation of the cyclo team, each pedicab is periodically checked to ensure the safety, cleanliness, or sun and rain coverage, etc. Drivers have to follow the rules, wear uniform, they must know basic English to communicate and behave courteously with guests. Cycling fee mustn't exceed the prescribed fare. Drivers mustn't bargain and get extra money from tourists except bonus. It is these things that help cyclo drivers leave a beautiful impression in the hearts of tourists when they come to Hoi An Ancient Town. To ensure the effective and sustainable development of fishery industry, implementing international and regional commitments on illegal seafood exploitation and reporting regime under the guidance of the European Commission (EC), Quang Provincial People's Committee has signed the Fisheries Sub-Department to coordinate with border guard stations to work out plans on fishery inspection and control according to EC's regulations. Accordingly, fishing vessels with capacity from 90 CV will have documents and ship status checked before the departures. Attention will be given to ships that are on the list of violation or are preparing to sail in the foreign waters to timely prevent the situation of violating the fishing grounds of other countries. Fisheries sub-departments and border guard stations shall have to do port inspection at least 20% of tonnage for tuna and 5% of tonnage for other fishery products such as bottom fishes, crabs, small pelagic fishes, as recommended by the EC. Focus is also placed on groups of vessels which use clapness, electric shock, explosives, or approaches that affect the environment and resources, preventing inappropriate and irregular fishing activities. These all inspection tests help step-by-step strengthen the supervision and management of fishing ships operating on the sea. From March 20th to 22nd, the Department of Information and Communications of Quang Province organized a training course on climate change propaganda in 2018. The course provided information on climate change in Quang with the following contents: climate change overview and the linkages with health, production, community lives quality, climate change adaptation methods, the role and social responsibility of businesses and communities in environmental protection, manifestation, impact, and scenarios of climate change in Quang, mitigation measures, climate change policies and action plans of the province and central government, effective climate change adaptation models during the past time. The training course provided trainees who are reporters with useful knowledge and information so that they can coordinate with district and commune levels officials to propagate about climate change in the province. News about training course on climate change has wrapped up today's bulletin. You can rewatch our program on the website qrt.vn. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.